Hey, it's the preacher, and several of you have mentioned in comments that you'd like to come and hang out with the preacher sometime, and I'll just be honest with you, you'd be bored out of your mind because this is pretty much my evenings in the winter. It gets dark about 5:30 or 6. There really ain't much you can do, so I sit in here and watch YouTube just about every evening, usually right here in this recliner. This evening, I'm going to continue prepping the roughly 200 pieces of 223 that I have. What I've done to this point is I have deprimed them and tumbled them because they were really dirty. Then I lubed and sized them, and then I put them back in the tumbler with just a little Dawn and some vinegar. I don't put pins in my tumbler anymore. I just put the brass in there. In about 30 minutes with Dawn and a little bit of vinegar, all the case lube had been lifted away, and I rinsed them and dried them. Then I put them in a case trimmer. I use the RCBS Universal. You put it in there, and then I have the different adjustments. Anyways, I brought them down to the recommended trim length, and I don't remember that number off the top of my head, but I used the RCBS trim manual to determine that. So now I have all these brasses clean. They're pretty clean inside and out. And I have them all uniformly trimmed. So now I need to chamfer and deburr and run a brush down them. Then I need to take the crimp out of the primer pocket, and then I have a primer pocket uniformer so that we can kind of get them all the same size. And I'll do that to each piece, and then these things will be ready to prime and load. So let me bring you along. I'll show you how I run this Lyman Case Prep Express. And we'll watch a few YouTube videos together. How about that? Okay, let me explain the way I have my 5 stations set up here. And I'll tell you kind of the reasoning behind it. We start off with the neck down. Now I'm going to chamfer and deburr right here. And the reason I start neck down, you could start neck up if you wanted to. But if you've just flattened or trimmed that right there, it's pretty sharp. That's the purpose of these two things. So I don't want to start out holding a sharp neck trying to remove the crimp, because it takes a little pressure to get that crimp off. So I start by chamfering and deburring right here, these first two. Since my case neck is already down first, I immediately run the brush in it. Then I flip it over. So I make one flip, and I go here, and I go until I no longer feel the crimp. It'll start feeling smooth. It won't be grabbing. And then I'll go to the primer pocket uniformer, which ensures that everything has the same depth and width all the way to the bottom. So anyways, that's the way I do it, and that's the reason for doing it. So let's run a few cases here. I'll tell you what, let's get some Go Juice first. All right, starting neck down. Doesn't take much. A little bit there. I go all the way in and all the way out. These are pretty clean, so they don't need much. Sometimes I change hands right here. And I can feel that grabbing, and then when the crimp is almost gone, it starts lightening up. Then I just push that down flat. If I don't feel it grabbing, I call it good and I'm done. I look in there. And the only reason I look in here is just out of habit. If you're using corncob grit or walnut grit, sometimes you'll get tumbler media in there. I shouldn't be a problem, but it's just a habit. And a good habit. So here we go. That's good. That's good. That's good. Good deal, Lucille. And we'll just sit here and watch YouTube. Mainly we'll listen to YouTube. We'll look up if something interesting happens. But we've got a couple, we've got like 195 of these left to do. So we'll get us some videos going. I don't know if everybody's Lyman Case Prep Express does this, But after mine heats up, it starts going rub, 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 rub. I don't know what causes that. I just know what happens. You hear it? And then I'll do it from now on till I park it. So let's get to work. Some of you wonder how this dog here is doing. Well, he's as spoiled as he's ever been. And that one's more spoiled than he's ever been. And this is pretty much what they do all day. They just sit right there and guard the window. Oh, he knocks this guy smooth out. Oh, he's wobbled. Oh, there he goes. Yep. Call the dogs and pee on the fire. That one's over.
Hello, guys and gals. Buffalo here. Just kind of a follow-up video.
Like old Buffalo. I like Buffalo. I don't know how well you can see that, but the crimp is gone. No burrs on this. The boys have gone home. I'm gonna need a minute. Oh, now for the good stuff.
I'm getting ready to work this joist out, and I'm going to plane the top of it smooth to make it a little easier.
Mighty fine. Mighty fine.
And then I'll finish laying it out, and I'll start stepping on it.
Woo. Gotta watch what I'm doing and not the carpenter.
Okay, okay.
Sometimes you kind of have to lean back and straighten your back out and dig through a seed catalog and think about the summer. I think we need to do a video on what seeds I'm going to pick for the garden this year. Well, you've seen how I run the Case Prep Express. The purpose for these 223 rounds here is I want to build some just kind of generic, what I'm going to call back porch rounds. I've got a swinger set up at 100 yards, and I want to be able to walk out of a morning, of an evening, and just shoot 5, 10, maybe 15 rounds through my bolt action Tika. And I want to shoot off-handed. I want to become a better shot off-handed. And the way to do that is to do it regularly. When I'm hunting, I'm always shooting off sticks. And when I hunt in a box stand, I'm always resting off the wall. I hardly ever take an off-handed shot. And it's not that I'm a bad shot, it's just if you can take a rest, you ought to. So anyways, I want to become a better shot, and so I'm going to load these all up the same way with just kind of a generic load that shoots okay in my Tika, and I'm going to try to hit that 8-inch swinger, that 8-inch gong every day with those rounds. And hopefully by next deer season, I'm a much better off-handed shooter. So thank you guys for watching, coming along tonight, watching a little YouTube with me. So if you want to hang out with the preacher, this is pretty much what I do. Once it gets dark, I park it right here. Thanks for coming along with me tonight. I'll see you on the next video.